camera's kind of a weird angle, but nobody on YouTube has any videos telling you how to play the solo on Sinister Minister. So I figured I'd take a couple of minutes and show you guys how it's done. Well, the closest I can get it. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. We'll see if we can figure it out. The way it starts off is does the little groove in D. It's just, starting on D, hitting the octave, going to A. So I'm going down to C on my 3rd fret, A string, just to do that slide up. So it's that's all it is, right before the main solo starts. So if we do the groove at a tempo, I'm at 90 beats per minute in case you're interested. Here we go. That's that part. Then it goes in the next section, which is all 16th notes except for one little turnaround. So starting on your C, you're doing a hammer on up to D. That's the first beat. So on my right hand, I'm just thumb, hammer, thumb, pop, thumb, thumb. So once you get that first beat down, it goes back into the position with your index finger on the D, on the A string, 5th fret. So that's the little pattern right there. So what I'm doing is real slow, where you can see my left hand is so it's all between D, a C, and a D octave. And that's an open A, hammer onto the D. So there's the left hand view of it. Right hand view, real slow again. So it's all just thumb, pop, no double thumb, no double pop yet. And a couple of hammer-ons. So again, from the C to the D. With the drums. And the one turnaround is the same lick as the beginning of the song, the way the bass does the lick leading into it. It's a sextuplet on the 4th beat of the measure, and it's just open D, thumb, then you hammer on to your E flat, the 6th fret, A string, and then you're doing a G and a C top of it. So the sextuplet is, that's it. Open A, hammer, E flat, G, C, G, E flat. So on the right hand, it's, so you're doing a double pluck on the D string and the G string. And the tricky part is getting that thumb back in to do the G on the way down. So open, hammer, pluck, pluck, thumb, hammer. So in the lick, next section is the sextuplet double thumb pluck. You have to really get that double thumb pluck down to be able to do this solo, and it's not that hard. You just got to take the time to really go through it. And he's just moving up the strings. So he'd be double thumb on the A string, pluck on the G, and double thumb on the D string, pluck on the G, and then double thumb and pluck on the G string. And that's all he's doing. He's just changing the patterns around. So the first pattern is that bar chord pattern. You're hitting the D on your A string 5th fret, A on the D string 7th fret, and the D on the G string 7th fret. And you're just doing a octave, then that 4th, and then you just all hold them down, let them ring through. So it's that pattern first. Then you're gonna do, it's like a F6, in an F on your 8th fret A string, A on the 7th fret D string, D on the 7th fret G string, and the same pattern on the right hand. Except on this time you're going back down to do a double pluck on the D to G, so it'd be, so from the beginning, the E minor, or the E diminished, you're doing E, G, and a C sharp, G string. So you basically, you're doing the same patterns as in the song. So it'd be, if you're doing the, it's basically going through that. You're just doing sextuplets. So from the D, F, E, then it goes to straight 16th notes, doing a, so it's open hammer pluck, the standard Victor Wooten open hammer pluck technique. Open hammer pluck. So it's open A, hammer on the 10th fret A string, which is your G, then pluck on the open G string, and then you're doing an open D, hammer on your B flat, 8th fret D string, and then pluck on your E, which is the 9th fret G string. And then you end it off with a thumb on the B flat, and then hammer on the G on your 10th fret. So from the beginning of that sextuplet section, it's and then the next section is starting on the F. So it's the same up and down. And then this one's a little more complicated. Open hammer pluck still, but you're doing open A, hammer on the 12th fret. Yeah, open A, hammer in the 12th fret, pluck and open G, and then open D, hammer on your 10th fret, which is your C, on the D string, and then hit an F sharp, 11th fret, G string. So from the beginning, open hammer A, 12th fret, open G, to a open D, C, F sharp. So and then the next part is, let me see. Yeah, so do that. Then it's a thumb on that C, 10th fret D string, hammer onto your A, 12th fret A string, on open A, B flat, G on the 12th fret. Oh, I'm sorry. Open hammer A, open A, hammer B flat, open G, pluck. Then it's an open D, hammer 12th fret, D string, and then the 12th fret, G string. So that whole pattern from the beginning is sorry. That's that. Then it does just a couple of thumb hammers, open hammers. So it'd be open A to your octave A, 12th fret, A string, then open again to a G on the 10th fret, open to a F on the 8th fret. Then it's an open hammer pluck, doing on the open A to your E on the 7th fret. Let me see if I can make sure I'm right. Yeah. Open hammer pluck, open hammer pluck. So it's all on the 7th fret at the end. And then you're back into sextuplets, doing the same pattern as in the main part of the song, doing your D to the F to the E to the G to the F to your A, B flat, your C, D, then the E, and then that E takes you to the 19th fret on your A string, and then you end up like that, the E, G, and then a C sharp, and that's your final chord right there. You're hitting the 20th fret on your A string, the F, the A, and the D, the F6. So you'll know it's a lot of the same shapes happening on the left hand. It's that shape, that shape, got this one, same repeat shape, go back to that major 6 shape, then you got that diminished shape, 6th, so sorry. So if you do it with the pattern, notice that when you start on the D, you only go up. You only do, and then you move to the next one. Compared to where every other chord you're hitting, you're going up and down. Everything with the drum machine from the top of the solo is like this. notice it doesn't sound like when you're switching, you're not switching on a downbeat. You're switching on the anticipation. It's the last half of the sextuplet of the fourth beat in each measure. So it's really confusing if you're practicing at slow tempos. But the way I learned it was to make sure I just followed the pattern of my right hand doing. I knew my thumb was always gonna go A string, D string, G string, D string, A string, D string, G string, D string. Always doing that. And I just would memorize the patterns. Oh, sorry. Next part of that solo, the last section I would call it, is more of the open hammer pluck, and it starts on the open A to your D on the 17th fret A string, and it's this section. It's that descending kind of thing. No double thumb. It's all just open hammer pluck. So it's open A, 17th fret A string, which is the note D. That's your right hand pattern is going to be the same going down. So it's always open, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb. So I'm doing a open hammer on the 17th fret, going to my 15th fret, hitting that F, and I pluck it, and then I thumb it. Hammer on to the 19th fret on the D string, which is your A. Sorry. So after that hammer on of the A, you're gonna pluck your high D, which is on the 19th fret of your G string, and then you're gonna pull off. You're gonna pull off onto the 15th fret of your G string, which is a B flat. So from the top of that, so you're moving that same right hand pattern down to the 15th fret. Your left hand is gonna change a little bit, so it's open, hammer on the 15th fret, then a pluck thumb onto your 14th fret D string. You're always using the same string combinations, you just, the spacing between your left hand changes. You're going to do a pluck thumb, 14th fret, it's a note E on your D string. Hammer onto your 17th fret D string, which is a G. And then you're going to do a pluck and a pull off from the 17th fret. Let me see. 17th fret G string. You're gonna pull it off to your 14th fret G string, which is an A. So from the top of that section, then you're moving down. Then it's a hammer on the 13th to your 12th fret D string, hammer on 15th fret D string, and then a pluck pull off on the 15th fret G string to the 12th fret. So then you go to your 12th fret, and it's a 12th fret, pluck thumb 11th fret D string, hammer onto the 14th fret D string, pluck 14th fret G string, and then you're pulling off to your 10th fret, on the G string, which is a F. And that's where there's the turnaround on that pattern. So from the beginning of that sequence, to keep in mind 17th fret, 15th, 13th, 12th, and then that's the turnaround. So the turnaround is open, hammer, pluck, triplets, open on the D, hammer on the 11th fret D string, which is your C sharp, and then you pluck in on the 9th fret G string, which is a E. So from the end of the sequence. So open, hammer, pluck, then the thumb, 11th fret, 12th fret, 14th fret. So a C sharp, D, and an E. Then you do the 12th fret sequence again. Then you're doing an open, hammer, pluck on the 10th fret D string to your 9th fret G string. Then thumb, 10, 11, 12. F, C, C sharp, D. So beginning of that sequence. And then you're going to do that same thing, but you're going to do it an octave lower. So you're going to be open on your E string, opening on your A string, hammering on your D on the 5th fret A string. So, oh no, sorry, I was wrong. Yeah. Open on your E, hammer on the A, 4th fret A string, C sharp. That's the pluck thumb. Hammer on your E, no E, which is the 7th fret A string. Then you're gonna go from your A, the 7th fret D string, pulling off to the 5th fret D string. Then it's an open, hammer, pluck on your open A, hammer onto a C sharp, 4th fret D, A string, pluck, open G, and then hammer C sharp, D, E. So then same thing again, and it's gonna end in a 3/4 measure. So it's so we do the whole sequence. Sounds like this. Back into it. So I'll do the solo at 90 BPM, so a little slower so you can see what's going on from the beginning to the end, and then I'll do it again at tempo so you can hear it. So you notice the drum machine flips around at the end, where the 1 becomes the 4. That's why that snare hit was coming on, because I didn't program to do that 3/4 measure. So it's definitely in there, and you should definitely try to do it, because it's just fun. And I forgot to tell you that sequence on the 17th fret, that repeats before it drops down the octave. So it's the same thing twice, and then it drops down to the octave, and then does it all over again. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, send me an email, and hopefully that wasn't too long of a video. Here's the full thing at tempo. So don't forget the 3/4 measure. Have any questions, like I said, leave a comment, send me an email. Hope it was informative.